My girlfriend posted from a burner account. Does a princess have to marry a prince? Maybe her true destiny lies with the knight. Uft. You want to play princess? Fine. But what kind of princess sends thirsty texts to her knight behind the prince's back at midnight? When she went on that business trip to Xi'an, she sent me a message, then immediately deleted it. I waited a few minutes before asking what she'd meant to say. Accidental text, she claimed, but I'd already seen it. Not sure if coming with him was right. Guess I'm making up for lost time. My stomach dropped. I video called immediately straight to voicemail. Dinner with colleagues. She texted. Can't talk. I asked to see her meal. The restaurant photos she sent had logoed tableware. Googled it trendy hotspot. Hands shaking. I opened a delivery app and ordered a special deliverito that exact address. Paid extra for the courier's WeChat. Need to find someone at this restaurant. I typed. Transferring 200 yuan up front. Discreet photos or video. Described her outfit. Those next minutes were torture, hoping he'd fail. Praying he'd succeed. 3 minutes later, a grainy photo. Her. With him. No colleagues in sight. More shaky shots came through. My blood froze. I recognized him. That high school friend from her reunion photos 2 months back. The one her best friend had commented on. Is that the campus hottie? Still fine. My girl had replied with a blushing emoji. When I'd asked then, she'd laughed it off. He proposed back in senior year. But he's engaged now. Stop being paranoid. The delivery guy's photos told another story. Their body language screamed intimacy. I chain-smoked half a pack staring at those images. Called again at night straight to voicemail. She finally video called at 10 p.m. from a hotel lobby. Not her room. Watched the Tang Dynasty show at Night City. She yawned. Dead tired. Elevators coming. Talk tomorrow? I combed through her socials all night. Found it a suspiciously familiar cocktail photo from April 20th. Reunion night. The burner account that liked it? Her secret profile. Same caption as her social media post that day. Remember those teenage dreams? Like flowers that never fade. But the real gut punch came from last night's post on that secret account, with the main light off. I can be brave. Leave the lamp on, see me clearer. We belong only to each other. Meanwhile, she'd been discussing wedding plans with me, dowry amounts, venue options, designer dresses. Like nothing was wrong. Dawn found me calling a private investigator friend. Check this guy. I croaked. Supposedly engaged. Her text came at noon. Crazy busy day, can't chat. Simultaneously, her burner posted a scenic photo tagged at Xi'an's Tang Paradise. My friend's report arrived minutes later. The guy's an insurance agent. His fiancée teaches kindergarten English. Lives with her parents. They don't cohabitate. Got his number in WeChat. So this is their game, two cheaters playing house before walking the aisle. Classic reunion affair plot. No doubt the guy's a total scumbag. But there's one thing I'm still unsure about. Does he know my girlfriend isn't single? I decided to take the initiative. I created a burner account to add him under the guise of being referred by a friend for insurance consultation. The friend request got approved instantly. He messaged first, "Hi there." I pretended to be a family man looking for comprehensive coverage, asking about recommended products. The dude turned on the charm, explaining how family plans depend on household structure and budget. He sent over a document packed with their company's premier product San6 stories, then apologized that he needed to board a flight but would reconnect after landing. Scrolling through his WeChat moments felt like browsing corporate brochures, way less juicy than his Weibo. 2 hours later, he texted, "Just landed. Bro, shoot me your requirements and budget whenever." I left him on read and texted my girlfriend instead, asking her flight details. She'd always dodged sharing her itinerary, claiming uncertain project timelines. Now I knew why. She didn't want me picking her up. She never replied. Joke's on her. I was already lurking at the airport, hiding in the crowd. I watched her stride through arrivals in oversized sunglasses, giggling with some tall guy as they hopped into a cab. By the time I retrieved my car from the parking garage, she was home acting all lovey-dovey, claiming she'd kept her flight secret to surprise me. She even produced 2 bags of airport souvenir bread from her luggage, insisting they were specially bought during her hectic trip. Please, if those weren't grabbed last minute at the terminal gift shop, I'll eat my hat. Over the next few days, I played it cool while secretly checking her chat history during her showers. 2 words summed it up: filthy and desperate. Who knew my prim and proper girlfriend could get that raunchy? Turns out her good girl act only applied outside the bedroom, and apparently not even her own bedroom. I messaged the insurance bro about wanting top-tier coverage for critical illness, medical, life, and accident insurance. Money's no object. Give me multiple premium packages to compare. To flex financial muscle, I posted my buddy's Lamborghini and infinity pool villa on WeChat Moments, careful to avoid showing my own assets. The guy started blowing up my phone with good morning, bro, texts, weather alerts, fashion tips, the whole helicopter parent routine. Damn if it didn't feel like getting nagged by my mom some mornings. Days later, I spotted her alt account update. You say we're star-crossed lovers. I say you weren't brave enough for love. That line lit my fuse. If he's too chicken shit to fight for her, I'll handle it myself. After weeks of grooming the insurance guy, I struck when my girlfriend had a legit company dinner. I video called her for proof, then hit up the bro with fake questions about investment-linked policies. He bombarded me with walls of text I didn't bother reading. 10 minutes later, I accidentalisent, even after marriage. I can't forget you. Seeing you again woke up old feelings. Maybe I'm just bored with routine life. Don't want to hurt my wife, though. He replied with, Ipanicked. Voice messaging, shit. Wrong chat. Ignore that. When he played along, I invited him for drinks Tovin about life. The idiot jumped at it. Anytime. Bro. Turns out my girlfriend had told him she'd dumped her short-term boyfriend after Lunar New Year. Hilarious. Considering she's been mooching off me for rent. Spa days. Girls' night Uber rides. All while playing single damsel for her ex. When I picked him up in my unassuming sedan, his first words were, nice ride. Bro, never saw this on your moments. I chuckled and didn't respond. That detached attitude toward material possessions was exactly what I wanted to project. He rambled on about how rich folks like you switch between multiple cars just for fun. My reaching out probably caught him off guard. He spent the entire car ride scrambling to keep the conversation alive while I gave half-hearted nods. At the bar, I pretended to be brooding and confessed that the text I'd sent him earlier was meant for my ex. Bro, I sighed. What do you think I should do? I just can't move on. He grinned knowingly. I get it. Man, it's natural. But you've got a family now. Better keep this from your wife. Yeah? I pressed him. If you were me, what would you do? After 5 beers, his guard dropped. Honestly, I'm in the same mess. And just like that, the floodgates opened. He admitted he was engaged, but had hooked up with his high school crush, now a total bombshell, at a reunion. We ended up at a hotel, he said, slurring slightly. I hid my disgust, urging him to keep talking. He claimed guilt, but caved when she kept pushing to meet. Even lying to his fiancée about a business trip to sneak off with her for a weekend. When I suggested he ditch his fiancée for the crush, he shrugged. The thrill's like peanuts, great with beer. But you can't live off them. Rice is what keeps you full. Clever metaphor. Asshole. Too bad you're stealing someone else's peanuts. He then bragged about his fiancée's pedigree. Only child. Doctor and teacher parents with pensions. A premarital house, gifted to them mortgage-free. My disdain deepened. He wasn't staying for love, but for the safety net. I refilled his glass. Impressive she's still hung up on you after one night. Leaning in, he smirked. Want the kicker? She hit me up last New Year's, still had a boyfriend then. We booked a resort for 2 days. My stomach dropped. That same holiday, my girlfriend had gone radio silent, blaming family chaos. I'd bought it like an idiot. In 2023, when even Temu can't scam new users, I fell for her too busy to text lie. Masking my rage with a swig of beer, I muttered, not cool. Man. He blamed the crush's persistence and unfinished business from their school days. By the end, he'd spilled every detail, dates, hookups, lies. I reciprocated with fabricated stories, bonding us like war buddies. Inside, I seethed. This wasn't just some clueless cheater, he'd cuckolded me. That night, I ordered lingerie online and shipped it to his fiancée's address under his name, a wrong delivery ruse. Want a snack on peanuts? I'll flip the whole damn bowl. Next, I decided to reunite my girlfriend with her first love. Over the following weeks, the idiot grew bolder, whining about his fiancée's sudden suspicion. She's digging through my phone, making snide comments. He moaned. Maybe I should cut things off with the crush. I glanced at my girlfriend scrolling on the couch and advised. Talk to her properly. Otherwise, she might confront your fiancé. Good idea, he said. So doing that soon. Unbelievable. Zero filter. Meanwhile, I picked daily fights with my girlfriend, walking out every time she cried. After a week, she snapped. I'm staying at a friend's tonight. We'll just argue anyway. Go ahead, I said. Have fun. After she left, I texted her best friend saying I planned to propose and wanted her help brainstorming ideas. What? You think her friend might spill the beans? Whatever. It's not like I'm actually crazy enough to propose. Her friend got super excited. So I suggested meeting that night with a few buddies to discuss. She agreed and set a time. Half an hour later, she called back laughing about being sleep-deprived and rescheduling. I played along, pretending not to notice the obvious lie. That afternoon, I waited outside my girlfriend's office to track where her first love was taking her. When she hopped into a cab at 5:30, I tailed them to a fancy steakhouse. After letting them settle in, I sneaked inside wearing a hat and mask. The hostess pointed toward their booth when I described my date. A tall, slender beauty. I pretended to head to the restroom while scoping out their table. My girlfriend was glowing, playfully touching that bastard's arm between bites. I snapped dozens of incriminating photos. I nearly called his fiancée right then with the evidence, but remembered his breakup sex comment. Dinner alone wouldn't prove anything. They could still talk their way out. So I waited and morbidly hoped they'd check into a motel. An hour later, they emerged holding hands and walked straight into the Motel 6 across the street, filming their entrance. I called the fiancée. She demanded proof, so I sent the video from a burner account. Within minutes, she stormed over with two friends and a linebacker-sized guy. The lobby erupted as they screamed at the front desk for the room number. Predictably, my girlfriend didn't answer her phone. Neither did her best friend. I texted both that I was driving over to apologize. The friend finally called back, stammering excuses about my girlfriend still being upset. I insisted on waiting outside her place until dawn if needed. 20 minutes later, the elevator dinged. My girlfriend and her fling walked into the lobby just as the fiancé's crew broke past the desk. The slap echoed through the marble lobby, 3 stinging cracks before the kicking started. You home-wrecking slut, the fiancée shrieked, yanking out the lingerie I'd mailed her last week. Put this on for the cameras. Bitch. The crowd filmed as she tried stuffing the lace into my cowering girlfriend's shirt. I kept recording too, zooming in on every mascara-streaked tear. Sometimes revenge tastes better when you let others serve it cold. The front desk staff and security rushed over, trying to intervene and threatening to call the police. The muscular man pointed at them authoritatively, booming, "Go ahead. I'll report this establishment for facilitating prostitution. This woman clearly sells herself, and anyone interfering becomes an accomplice." His intimidating presence froze them in their tracks. The cheating bastard kept whimpering pathetic "Stop it" while his fiancée shrieked, "I'll beat this slut to death first, then deal with you." Chaotic. Gloriously chaotic. I'd have loved to keep watching, but had more important preparations. An hour later, my girlfriend's best friend finally called back, saying she'd passed out drunk at a friend's place. "Don't worry," she said. "Oh, I won't," I replied calmly. Next morning, my girlfriend called hoarsely, promising to return that evening. Perfect. Exactly what I needed. At 9 p.m., the fingerprint lock chirped. She entered looking haggard, face slightly swollen, only to freeze. The living room had transformed into a fairy tale. Pastel balloons floated beneath the ceiling. A rose petal path winding through red candlelight towards a massive heart-shaped floral arrangement. Its neon sign pulsed, "Marry me." Her parents, whom I'd personally collected from their 2-hour distant hometown, stood among dozens of invited friends and classmates. Our photo slideshow played on loop. Handing her the bouquet, I poured out heartfelt vows. "I've reflected on my shortcomings. I'll cherish you doubly from now on. For our future." Her tears flowed freely as I pledged to purchase an apartment and car in her name pre-wedding. Even a woman with loose morals would have been moved. Her parents' eyes gleamed while guests chanted "say yes," just as she opened her trembling lips. My pre-programmed ringtone blared. Feigning surprise, I projected animus photos onto the TV. First, her laughing over dinner with the cheater. Old classmate. She squeaked. Next slide showed her feeding him with her own spoon. The room stiffened. He was taste-testing spicy food. She stammered. The final image sealed them hand in hand at the airport. Fingers interlaced. Her mother slapped her back. Explain. The pathetic excuses about wasted ankle sand helping elders cross streets hung in the air as guests exchanged knowing looks. No need for accusations. The truth glared brighter than the neon proposal sign. Then came a video clip. The room filled with gasps. My girlfriend glanced at the screen and nearly collapsed. Footage showed them entering the hotel together, the same pair I'd captured yesterday. Quadra kill. I asked calmly. Another coincidence? I played last night's main event, her getting beaten and humiliated by the cheater's fiancée. Underwear pulled over her head in that glorious shitstorm. One classmate blurted, "Holy shit." Her parents couldn't bear to look. Sinking onto the couch, I buried my face in my hands before my smirk betrayed me. Pentakill. Her mother trembled. There must be some misunderstanding. The classmates suddenly remembered urgent business elsewhere. When the door closed, her father slapped her hard. Through sobs of shame, he pleaded with me. "We spoiled her, but she's not evil. You're practically engaged. Don't throw this away." Over. Rubbing my temples, I feigned exhaustion. I wanted today to be joyful. But these truths found me. I need space. I retreated to the bedroom without glancing her way. Her midnight texts oscillated wildly, groveling apologies morphing into bitter rants about my emotional neglect. "Thanks a lot for acknowledging I've funded our entire relationship." By dawn, she'd moved to her friend's place. Her parents called begging forgiveness, guaranteeing her reform. I blocked them all. Her secret Twitter updated. "Must princesses marry princes? Perhaps knights are the true destiny." Ugh. Last I checked, princesses don't DM knights dick pics after lights out. The cheater had conveniently broken up with his fiancée. Perfect. I nudged him toward his ex-flame. "She's still obsessed with you." "If I were you." He swallowed the bait whole. Days later, her text arrived. "Let's go our separate ways. 2 good years, you got your money's worth." So our entire relationship was transactional. Charming. Her Twitter bloomed with a hand-holding post, choosing love this time. I shipped her belongings to that friend's address. Over weeks, I strategically bombarded his workplace with just enough customer complaints to tank his performance reviews without raising suspicion. His Twitter became softcore porn diary entries. 2 words sufficed: trashy, slutty. After a month, I texted her burner number. "Your night spent 799 yuan at Happy Feet Massage Parlor on October 15th. Special services receipt attached." The outcome was, of course, a massive fight between them. When that jerk vented to me later, he kept whining about his terrible luck lately, getting chewed out daily by his boss. His new girlfriend turning naggy after their brief honeymoon phase. "Women are all the same," he complained. I patted his shoulder. "Come on, man. You've got this gorgeous girl who adores you. People would kill to be in your shoes." He sighed about the spark fading already. Women lose their charm after the novelty wears off. My ex-fiancée at least kept my place clean and cooked for me. This new one doesn't even know which way the fridge door opens. I secretly reveled in his misery while feeding him empty platitudes. All couples go through rough patches. You'll work it out. Meanwhile, I kept paying people to file complaints against him at work. The day he got fired, we met at our usual dive bar. 3 beers in, he ranted about entitled customers ruining his career. I kissed their asses and still got screwed. "Don't sweat it," I said, suppressing a grin. "Plenty of jobs out there." He apologized for wasting my time with his drama. I played offended. "We're brothers. Your train wreck love life's my entertainment." Turns out his princess girlfriend was bleeding him dry. $2,000 manicure memberships, $3,000 salon packages, designer dry cleaning bills. She wants me to buy a house and BMW tomorrow like it's pocket change. I almost reminded him this was his karma for trying to mooch off women. But settled for. "You'll get there eventually, champ." That night, I remembered still having my ex's shared payment account active. When I saw recent charges, I immediately revoked access. She called screaming the next morning. Why'd you cut me off? Maybe I'm tired of funding another man's girlfriend? The waterworks started. We were just friends. Don't you remember our happy times? I deadpanned. Should I show you the hotel surveillance footage? Her best friend later probed if we could reconcile. Do I look like some pathetic simp from a rom-com to you? Meanwhile, Mr. Unemployed finally dumped his gold digger. On my ex's social media, all her sappy posts vanished except one pretentious caption, mistaking streetlights for moonlight. My review? Pathetic. The moment you obtain your first love, she becomes boring routine. That unforgettable romance she pined for. Consider that fantasy fulfilled. My ex-girlfriend called again, sniffling about not finding a decent apartment and asking to crash on my couch. I told her a one-bedroom costs under $300 here. Maybe try a different realtor. She whined about some luxuriously renovated two-bedroom going for $450 that she couldn't afford. I laughed. Your financial problems stopped being my concern when we broke up. I was happy to spoil you then. But now? Not my circus. Not my monkeys. I thought being brutally honest would make her back off. Boy, was I wrong. Before I could change the door code, she moved her crap in, complete with her parents' care package off random mountain herbs, free-range chickens, and some tacky good luck charm they supposedly hiked up a hill at dawn to get. Guess the promise of inheriting my condo and BMW really got them motivated. Her clueless bestie Jessica really outdid herself though, dragging over a suitcase of winter clothes. She announced loud enough for the neighbors to hear. How does someone dressing that fancy earn so little? His shoebox apartment can't even fit your coats. I've been storing these for months. That's when I walked out of the bathroom. Jessica started backpedaling like her heels were on fire. Didn't bother arguing, just tossed both their luggage out, deadbolt the door, and let security deal with their half-hour screaming match. Mutual friends say my ex is now hunting for sugar daddies full-time. Apparently her parents ordered her to bag another rich husband, preferably one who'll hand over property titles like candy. The kicker? That loser ex-boyfriend of hers slid into my DMs last week. Now working some entry-level job. He's suddenly ready to invest in real estate. Translation, wanted me to co-sign his predatory online loans. Played along and told him to YOLO it. Housing market's hot. Take out those high-interest loans now and I'll help refinance later. Dumbass actually bought it. When he invited me to his housewarming party, I finally snapped. You took out $70,000 in debt for this dump? Congrats on being the dumbest mother *****. I know. Blocked him mid-celebratory emoji spam. Karma's a bitch, and tonight, she's working overtime.